Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about what I think are 3 hits and 3 misses in Pikmin 4. Now before I get into the video, please don't forget to subscribe. It's free, it'll help grow the channel, and also give this video a thumbs up. Now let's get into the video. So I did want to go over 3 things that I did think Pikmin 4 did well, and also 3 things that I feel like Pikmin 4 could have improved. So I do want to end this video on a good note, so this list will start with one of the misses I think are in Pikmin 4. So the first one I feel like is not being able to have all 9 types of Pikmin in your party at once. So we know when you're on the surface, you can have up to 3 types at once. But if you beat the game and you know that at the very end of everything, there's a cave called Cavern for a King. Now, when you look at it, the cave shows red, yellow, blue, purple, white, and ice Pikmin as wild Pikmin in the cave. So my thought was if you start with rock and winged Pikmin, and you also have glow Pikmin, you'll be able to have all 9 types in there. But as you progress through the cave, you actually only get up to 7 types, where the cave actually programs itself, so the candy pop buds do make it so you only get 7 types. Like on floor 16, for instance, with the water wraiths, if you have 7 types already and you don't have purple Pikmin, you're not going to be able to grow purple Pikmin there. I was thinking that if we had all 9 types of Pikmin with us, there would be an Easter egg like they would sing I Know Uta, but since we can't have all 9 types in our party, there's no Easter egg. But I will say, I do enjoy that the Pikmin do sing if you defeat all the enemies on the surface of an area, but really it is disappointing to me not being able to have all 9 types of Pikmin in your party at once. And now I want to talk about one of the things I feel like Pikmin 4 did really well on, and that's bringing back bosses from Pikmin 1 and 2, but also giving them bigger versions. You know, instead of fighting just Emperor Bulblax as a final boss in a cave or anything, they upgraded and made Sovereign Bulblax, which to me felt just like a bigger version. It didn't really bring anything to the table. And then, Wollywogs, well, now called Wollyhops. I still don't understand why Nintendo decided just to change the name. But, we have Master Hops and also a Jumbo Bulborb. So I thought really having different types of existing enemies also were a great addition, like giving us a snowing blowhog, an Arctic cannon beetle, and groovy longlegs. I feel like that was a way to keep the series fresh. So it wasn't just, here are the enemies we have from the previous Pikmin games, and now we're going to implement them in either a new area or a cave that they haven't been before. I really like the idea that Nintendo is consistently growing what they already have as enemies into something bigger and fresher to keep the series, honestly, without a pun, feeling fresh. But there is one thing that I think I understand, is that none of the new bosses from Pikmin 3 made it into Pikmin 4. I believe it's because those bosses really catered to certain types of Pikmin that we needed in our party. Like, for instance, having Armored Maudad. I don't know if that would go well in Pikmin 4 because you would need rock type, or I guess you could have Bomb Rocks. They could be useful, but if you fought Armored Maudad for the first time and you never played Pikmin 3, I don't think you would really know how to fight it. So having the availability of bosses that you can attack with any Pikmin and not really needing to find the weakness, I think that's why they integrated enemies and bosses mainly from Pikmin 1 and 2, so it's an easier fight overall. I wanted to talk about now another miss in Pikmin 4, and that to me is having all 9 types available. I think having all 9 types in the main game was a way for newer fans to see and familiarize themselves with all the 9 types, so it wasn't like, oh hey, these types are getting put on the back burner. But I really don't think that it was implemented well, because when I beat Pikmin 4 and I reflected on it, to me it felt like yellow Pikmin didn't really have a purpose. They were there to break down the electric walls, but even enemies and other obstacles that needed yellow types could be easily taken down by other Pikmin types and also Ochi. And way back when Miyamoto said that Pikmin 4 was on the way, I had an idea. So all Pikmin types could have their own spotlight, and it would be to have all areas catered to certain Pikmin types. And when I think about it, they really did that only for glow Pikmin because they were used at night. Now, I'm not saying now that there's 9 Pikmin types to have 9 different areas, but make it so the area focused on 3 types, 4 types, even 2 types of Pikmin that needed to solve puzzles or fight enemies, but also give players the option to choose what Pikmin types they wanted. So I feel like this is something when and if Pikmin 5 comes out, that they could utilize that. So then each Pikmin type has their own spotlight, so then you're using them. And that way none of the Pikmin get put on the back burner. So then you're using all of them in a more even way. And getting into another hit, I feel like, is giving many new planets. And that would be really setting up for the future of all Pikmin games. So, like the characters you rescue, they're all living on different planets. And I thought that that was a great way to really grow the series and not depend on Olimar. I really enjoy Olimar. And maybe if and when we get Pikmin 5, it can be about the Pikmin and whatever the story is to whatever planet and not have to rely on Olimar. When I do think of Pikmin, though, I think of Olimar, and I don't know how Nintendo's going to be able to separate it without expanding the universe like they have. So I wonder if we're ever going to truly get a main series Pikmin game that does not have to have Olimar in it. I'm probably going to be sad when that happens, but I feel like for the sake of the series, they probably should just rely on the Pikmin themselves. One miss, and I don't even think it's a miss really, but having Ice Pikmin are just really, to me, overpowered. I do enjoy them, but I think that they should be scaled back a bit. I feel like they freeze enemies too quickly, because the first time I realized that they were overpowered was the last sub-level of the seafloor resort cave. Wow, that's a tongue twister, and I didn't mean it to be. But I didn't think that Master Hop was going to shatter on impact when it crashed to the ground, and I threw about 20 Ice Pikmin on it, and what it did is it jumped up and it froze, and then it came crashing down, and that was it. That was, at the time, the easiest boss I ever had to fight in a Pikmin series, I feel like, for the very first time. And the last hit, I feel like, to me, is giving blue Pikmin a purpose again. It felt like in Pikmin 3 they were really on the back burner, because when you had blue Pikmin, they opened up the game a little bit, but I feel like they were mainly used for that one puzzle where you needed all 3 captains bringing over the pieces. But really, for the rest of the puzzles that you should have used blue Pikmin for, I feel like winged Pikmin could easily replace them. So they didn't really have much of a purpose in Pikmin 3. I was hoping that they'd have a bigger one. But in Pikmin 4, honestly, even just the area of Serene Shores, it felt like that was made just for blue Pikmin, and it really was. And I'm glad Nintendo gave them an area so they could shine again. And I know in Serene Shores, once half of the day passes, then the water level drops. But I'm just glad that Nintendo cares about blue Pikmin again. They're one of my favorites. But also having to be able to turn off the water in the Giant's Hearth, that was really cool. And that kind of goes back to, not letting the yellow Pikmin shine, where I feel like Nintendo needs to learn to be able to balance the types that they have. But again, blue Pikmin, that was awesome. Thank you, Nintendo, for letting them shine once again. And that's really the 3 hits and 3 misses I have. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know in the comments if you agree, disagree. Please don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, take care.